A little later than expected, but the new Q&A Forged in Aternum has dropped and some very interesting things in there. So let's talk about them. Now, the one that I'm probably going to lead with is like the title and the thumbnail, and that is the gear set storage cost. I was pretty much going to wait until the game went live and then do a video on it, but they've gone ahead and told us straight away, and the cost is going to be $5 per gear set. Now, some of you will probably be aghast at that, and some of you will be okay with that. I'm not really sure right now. If you were to go from 2 to the max of 10, it would cost you $40. Definitely questionable, but you know, I think in comparison to other games, it's maybe not that bad, but I don't really want to comment on it. Like it, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit to say it's good, but I don't think it's really truly awful, if that makes sense. A little high, I would guess. But I know some of you are absolutely going to hate it, and trust me, I get it, I understand. But let's actually talk about how the video starts. It starts with Scott doing an apology, several minute long apology, being like, oh, we're going to earn your trust back and stuff like that. And whilst that's nice to see, I don't necessarily think it was needed. The main problem with the delay of the Season 1 patch was not actually delaying the content. The main problem, for my opinion, was delaying the leaderboards, because that was just frustrating for those players. I know a lot of you don't care about leaderboards, and I don't really care about leaderboards, but I do care about the people who play them and care about leaderboards, if that makes any sense, which I'm not sure it did. Basically, the people who are playing New World and are playing the leaderboards, they should still have a good time, right? Even if I probably wish that leaderboards weren't a thing. Just delaying the content by a week, I don't necessarily think it's that bad. It's a little bit unfortunate, sure, but yeah, he gives an apology, he says he's going to earn back trust and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a little bit lost on that one. I don't necessarily think it was needed, but it's nice that they did it anyway. Another big thing, and they sort of say this and then sort of take it away a little bit, is that it does sound like that there's going to be a different Outpost Rush map, and it's going to be a different layout. Now, I don't think that's just tweaks to the current one, because we are going to get some tweaks to the current one, but it does sound like that they're going to have a different map, and it's going to alternate a little bit like what they're planning to do with the arena. So we're going to have a 3v3 arena, and the arena itself will alternate over given periods. It sounds like that's something they're going to do with Outpost Rush as well. But that again sort of sounds like it's going to be after they have Cross Realm. They did mention, by the way, with Cross Realm there will probably be Cross Realm practice wars. Not really sure anybody's really that into that right now, and to be fair, they say that they'll probably work on Cross Realm, Expeditions and Arena first, which makes complete sense. They yet again mention that they're going to possibly make it so that crafting will be less random. Good stuff, that's probably a needed change. The downside to doing that is that how will you balance it about people just having best in slot very easily? And I don't know the answer there. I'm not the game dev, let them do their thing. They also mentioned that something will be happening with trophies. Now, it did say that it's not going to be a UI overhaul, so it's not like it's going to be able to just let you change your trophies from wherever you are, but there's something that's going to ease the quality of life there. Personally, I hate trophies. In my opinion, trophies are basically just paying gold for a passive buff. I don't find them that interesting, but I know a lot of people do, so fair enough. They also spoke about a question from Duke Sloth actually, and he was asking, will they do anything with regards to mid-season balance patches? Because a lot of the time we're getting a little bit frustrated that the meta is sort of stale when something is so obviously annoying and they don't really fix it very quickly. A little bit like the musket was for the longest time, right? It did feel like some balance changes could come a little bit sooner, and so it sounds like they're going to do basically that. The next Forged in Aternum, which I think they said is actually coming in 2 days, is going to address some of the combat changes. Now, the weird thing is, I would like to see what the meta is going to shape out from the Season 1 patch. I want to see it in 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks time. Only then do we actually have a proper picture of what's going to be busted or underpowered. Then I think you should start making your changes, either slight changes or drastic changes. And it was once again reiterated that the fresh start server merges are coming. So at some point you should be able to merge from fresh to legacy, but in the short term they're going to merge fresh, and they're probably going to merge the legacy servers with each other, I mean not together, and that will definitely help with the server population. It's a little bit unfortunate the way things have got. Obviously that's going to happen after the Season 1 patch. I think they just want to make sure that not a shed ton of people are coming back, so there's no insane queues, which I sort of get, but I don't think there are going to be insane queues personally. I'm still personally a little bit confused by them saying that they would never merge fresh with legacy. I still find that commitment to be a little bit outlandish. I'm really upset that they made it basically at some point in like 4 or 5 years time, you could merge the two and there wouldn't really be any different. In fact, I'm not really sure there's much difference now. On fresh servers, as a population is quieter in some areas. That basically means that they have all the materials, so they're crafting anyway. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is, right? They did say that there would be some changes to invasions. Didn't really elaborate on the details there, but we know that the invasion rewards are getting buffed, but they did mention that they would do something with invasion. The one thing they did mention is that the time at the start, instead of having to wait 15 minutes, that's probably going to get decreased at some point. And I think that's a good change because it really just feels like wasted time. You're just running about in a circle most of it. There was another question about bots and basically exploits. They're not going to elaborate on that, but something is coming soon. They're basically doing something in the back end that's hopefully going to help that. I mean, they could say that all the time and there's literally no way I can prove it, right? But, you know, I believe them. Let's hope it actually works. They address people being automatically banned. They still insist that people are not getting automatically banned, but what is happening is if a lot of people are getting reported, then a manual person is thinking, oh, that's probably a legitimate report, and they're just making a mistake. Fair enough, hopefully they can stop that. So a bit of a big day for New World there, right? Season 1 is coming tomorrow at the time of recording, and then we get the Forged in Aternum with a couple of interesting questions. The $5 for the gear sets, I think a lot of you are going to be annoyed by that, but some people probably compare it to other games and say it's not that bad. I'm probably sitting on the fence firmly. Please don't try and shove me off. I'm very happy here. Big shout out to my YouTube members. I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming this week, so if you want to come and give me a follow, I would very much appreciate that. This weekend especially, I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming, and hopefully for charity if everything goes well. What you should definitely do though is have a most beautiful day, like and subscribe. Goodbye.